So we will continue here with our yesterday's program. So yesterday, what we did is we created here like multiple rows. So some of the content we added for the multiple rows, but those are not looking like a rows. Like it is only looking like a text view. That too, it is creating like clumsiness. So to overcome that clumsiness and create a proper, so we used to give an property called border. So we have to align a border for the each and every text view here. So, but what that border property is not predefined in our Android. So that we have to create as a custom. So how we can create a custom? So to create custom, just I'm opening the project here. So in a project, there is a folder called res. So in the res, we have one predefined folder that is drawable. So the drawable folder is for when you want to create any custom styles, we will use the drawable folder. So on the drawable folder, we will create the custom. So like how we will create a custom, we'll see now in a res. So it is loading. Here, this is the drawable folder. Means one by one, day by day, we will touch. So this is a drawable folder. So here, right click on the drawable folder. So once we right click here, from here new drawable resource file. So I'm creating the drawable resource file. But here, whenever you are creating anything, any folder name or anything within this res folder, that must should be small letters. It should not accept the capital letters. Also, it cannot accept any special symbols. So it should be small letters and it don't start with numerics, and it can accept the numerics but not in the first position. So means I cannot create one something one xyz, but xyz one I can create. So that like that it will accept this. Like see, let us say if I added, so it is saying that the resource name must start with a letter. So now this we are using for the border. So I'm using the border. Let us say I'll use some special symbol. So it is saying that it is not a valid based. So this is saying that file based resource names must contain lowercase a to z and 0 to 9 or underscore. Except underscore, it cannot accept any other special symbol, right? So let I go with simple name border. So just I created a border, then I click on OK. Right. So now we will modify here the properties. So how we will modify this? So whatever it is created here, see, this is created within a drawable folder. Border we created, right? It is created. So now this border, see, this has came defaultly as a selector, but this selector I'm changing as a shape. So I'm changing as shape, that is. So because here we want to create a border for the text views, so I created as a shape. So then here now, so from here now I'll create as a shape. So this is a shape. So the shape here, total different types of shapes we can create. For the time being, I'm using the rectangle. So I created rectangle. So for this shape, like I can give some border line and color. So that we can say has the stroke. So I'm giving the property called here stroke. So I'm creating property stroke. So for the stroke, so I'll give here width. So that is 1 dp and color. So that line color, whatever that line is there, so that color I'll create here. So color, I created a color. So that is, I'll give black color. Black means it is a 0 0. So I'll give 0 0 0, like 3 zeros. It will define the black. Right. See, the black color has created here. So done. So shape has created. Now this shape I'll give as a background for the our in like text views. So whatever the text views here we created, for those we will give here as a background. So that is here. For all text views. So here I'm giving as a background. So background. So that is C at the rate this. So I have given that one. Right. So let me copy this. So for each and every text view, we can give this. So that it can create a proper table, like also at the same time. So this is touching the edge, right? We can give one more property, that is a padding. Padding means last time we given the border. Border means it should create the space around the component. Padding means it can create the space within inside the component. See, now the content surround the space will be created, surround the content here. See, previously the content completely the content has moved to the specific location, but now this is here. It is like only it is space creation within the component. So I'm creating this, I'm selecting this 2 lines. What happened here? I'm trying to select this to just the mouse drop now. So I'm creating here these 2 colors. So I'm creating new 2 colors. Then I'll apply this for every edit text, right? So after the text, we'll apply for all. So for each and every text view, I'll apply here like this. Right, so we will go for the second line, second row. So here again, I'll apply this. So number and email ID. So again, in the next row. So now it is looking like a table view. So like it is proper view it is creating now. Yeah. So last row, we will give for the last row. Right. See now this is created like proper table. So for this now, for the time being, I'm reducing this. But even for this also, we can give weight property and we can adjust this normal way like this. So here I want to separate for the fixed lines and variables. So first row is the fixed line. So for the first row, I'll give some background color here. So for this, I'll use some background. So that color I'll give that background. So I'll give some color for this. So the first row is created like that, and remaining rows should be like this. So this is the way we will create it. But normally in a real time, what happens? Real time. So these are the tables we will create dynamically from the Kotlin side. So that we will see later. But normally that will happen in real time. But this is the how the table view it is like this. So it is created like this. So okay, let it. So now we will discuss a little bit more on this property we created in the drawable, right? So for that here now, what I'll do is after this, all the table rows, so table layout, here I will create one button. So here I'll create one button. So for the button, we will apply this property and we will see how this property we can use in a different ways. So that is first I'll give match parent, wrap content, and here I'll give ID, that is at the rate ID. So we define text. So I'll give the text. So that is hello, just normal text. So now for this, we will give the background. So I'm giving the background. So that is same background. I'll give border. Then I'll give some margin for this. So margin 10 dp. Done. So instead of background, I'm changing this text, this color. This is BG button BG. Button BG. So I created as a button BG. So now what we will do with this name. So with this name, we will create one. So from here by clicking here, so it is saying that create a drawable resource button XML. So right, I am creating here drawable resource button XML. I am creating right. So it is created. See here, it is created button BG. Right. Now for this button BG also, I create some shape here. Shape. Then here, I'll give the shape. So that is rectangle. Right. So here I'll give the stroke. So stroke, but here I'll give that the value size little bit more. So that is width. Width 10 dp. Color. So I'll give some hash A435, something like this. I give in a color. So some different color, right? So now we can see our UI here now. See for the button. So it is not creating, wait, it will take time, it will change here. So now like same here, we will apply here some more property here. Dash width. So dash width. So that is 10 dp. So dash gap. Dash gap 10 dp. See here now how it is created. So now we will see for the button. See button also created like right. Now I want to give this curves, corner curves. So the property called corners. So here I'll give so that is the top left radius 20 dp. See here curve is created here. Let us if you want to observe the curve, I can remove these two properties for the time being. After that we will apply. Let I remove so that we can easily understand this property. See here. Now here the curve is created like this. Right. So then here. So again left bottom. So left bottom 20 dp. See bottom also created that. Then right 20 dp. So right top of system, right bottom 20 dp. Right. So it is created like so. Now here we can see here now. Here this see curves are created, button has created like this. Right. So let us say so in the latest themes, this properties is not overlapping with the existing themes. That's the reason this color is not applying there, but some of the effects are applying. But why we are discussing means as of now, everyone are using like today and nowadays, everyone are using the material components. So these components are not used, but if you got a chance to work on old project any, so in case if the sound people has customized like this styles, so that can be available here. So this can help there, but for the time being, this cannot use anything else. Right. So that is here this. Right now here, I'll give here something property here, right? So I'll give here something like next. This I'll change to rectangular to oval. So rectangular to oval I'll give. Right. So if I give oval, here the shape will change. See now, if I go here, what happens here now? We can check here now. So this is not changed as of now. But what I'll do here is, see, this is changed like that, but I'll change, this is the 100 dp. So 100 dp. Right, like this it is created like. See now this is created as a curve line, means it is created as a rectangle like this. Right now here just now we remove two properties, right? That properties we will add here. So that is a dash gap and dash width. So dash gap 5 dp and here dash width. So dash width 5 dp. So now it is created like this. Now we can see here. It is created like this. Right. So if you want like this customization in before material design, so almost everyone are dependent on these styles only. But nowadays, everything, most of the styles can access by the material only. Right. Hope this is clear. Table layout and this one. If it is clear, then we can move on to the next topic. So whatever the layouts as of now we discussed, linear, relative, table. So these three layouts are the important, and other layouts as their frame layout and constraint layout. So frame layout as nowadays we are using only on fragments. So while discussion about the fragments, we will discuss about the frame layout and constraint layout. After your understanding of these basic layouts, after certain like after 1 week or something, after like that, we will discuss about the constraint layout. Right. So with this, I'm closing with the layouts topic for the time being. So now we will concentrate on the next component, that is like, so we used now button and text view, right? So those two properties, how the properties will come and that how to we access from the Kotlin, that we will discuss here. So for that here now, I'm creating one new project. So that is here, empty views activity. I'm creating one empty views activity. So I'm creating here the text example, text ex. I created as a text ex. Right, I'm creating new project. So now once this project has created, for this project now we will see what are the properties is there for the text view as well as the button. So for these two, like text view, we have the height, width, after that text color, text size, margin, padding, and text style. So like many properties are there. So those many properties here we will discuss what are the properties are there. So then for the text view also we will give the same. So then we will see next how we can use that in a Kotlin. We will see here this. Just a minute. While loading this project, we will discuss. After loading this project, we will apply the properties. So right. So this is the project it is creating here. Right now for this, we will see here. So for the time being, so first 1 week, like from here to next weekend, whatever the examples we discussed, we will go with the linear layout. Then after that, we will discuss with the relative. After that, we will go something like few days. We will discuss some of the layout so that we can understand easily on this each layout. So here I'm changing this as a linear layout. So now we supposed to discuss the properties of text view and the button, right? So I'm keeping this text view as it is. So for this, I'll remove these are the four properties are constraint layout properties. So I'm removing the constraint layout properties. Right, so I'm removing these constraint layout properties. So this linear layout has the orientation, right? So we will add orientation here. So that is Android orientation. So orientation equal to here vertical, right? So once this project has loaded, we will add one by one property so that will means why like how we need to search, you need to understand that also. Like here, whenever you want to search any property, here either that properties will start from the Android, starting with Android or starting with app. Because here this is the two path we already discussed, right? So that's the reason always you can search with the next letter. Don't search with Android. It means if you search like let us say text T, you can start search with the T. So that whatever the that it contains T, that can be filtered automatically. If I search start with A, so almost all properties will come. Until I search Android, means until I type Android, it cannot minimize the data. All the parameters will come there. So that is the reason. Always search you can do with the second letter. Sorry, second word, first letter. So that it will be easy. Search will create easily here. Right. So almost it is done. So one more thing here. This project here, whatever now we are discussing this project. So this project we will create with the basic thing. Then after in the same project, I'll modify that with the data binding. So because in a real time, everyone are following the data binding only to apply listeners and all. So that is the reason each and every project after this means from second project onwards, each and every project we will deal with data binding only. So let us create this. Okay, it's taking time to load the project.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'll close if any other project is open. Meanwhile, I'll do one thing. So this whatever the projects here I'm discussing with different batches also. That projects including these programs and everything I'm uploading in one Google Drive link. So I'll give you that link. So from there you can access the this code that open that. Wait, the folders are not visible in here.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, Raj, are we going to discuss on MVVM pattern only, right?
Yeah. Not,
Yeah, my work.
yeah,
My,
but not
uh,
other programs. Like basic
okay.
programs we cannot.
Okay.
Advanced programs I'll discuss.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Because I think some Google Drive issue. Once it is loaded, I'll share you. So meanwhile, we'll see our project. Even this is also so. Even okay, so now it is almost done. So now here we will apply the text properties. So first I want to apply, this is for ID, it is ID I'll apply here. ID. So that is at the rate plus ID. So I'll give the ID as the TV1. Next. So I'm applying other text properties. So I'm searching with the text so that other properties can load automatically text related here. The text color. I'm giving some random color here. So the next text size. The text size. That is 20 SP. So only the text size we will give in a scale per pixels. The other we will give in a DP density per pixels. So next here we will give that text style. So here like we can give italic, bold and normal. So I'll give that italic here for today. And next I'll give text all caps. So text all caps means like whatever we gave the text here, but it should be displayed in all capital letters. Right. So then next text to color, text to this. Like next we will give the margin. So I want to give some margin 10 dp, padding 10 dp. Next I'm giving the padding 10 dp. Then I'll apply here other property. So I want to give this position. So the position here, I'll give the position has the gravity. So gravity center. See, if I give the gravity center, so we are not find any moment of this, right? So there is a one more property on a gravity. So that is gravity layout gravity center. Right. So now the content has moved the center. So I'll tell you what is the difference. Just a minute. I want to paste this code once again, so that I'll show the difference for the gravity and layout gravity. So for that, just I copied this text view. So then I paste it here. Now for the second text view, I'm changing this as the match parent. Right, I'm changing this as a match parent. And here this I'm changing as a TV2. And here I'm removing the layout gravity here for the second text view. So for the second text view, this last line I'm removing. I'm removing this last line. So for this one, I'm removing the first line. See, even if I remove the first line and last line, right, still both text are center. Means if it is the layout gravity, the complete content can move to the whatever given position, left, right, or center, like that. But if I have the layout, gravity, it is only the content. See here, it is occupied 100%. On that, it is only content is moving this like this. So that is the gravity and layout gravity, right? So here, next, I want to take one more button here, one more component. So that is same. I'll give this. I'm changing as a button. So because button is also having the same properties, because button can contains text view. So which is the component will contains text view. So you can apply all these properties, that is text color, text size, text style, text all caps, padding, margin. So those all properties you can apply here directly. This is right. So this is created the text we like. So let us say I want to change this text color here. So I'm changing the color here. So I'm changing this color here. So then, so let us, this is done. So for this, what I'm expecting is, if user click on this button, I want to change this first text to be hello to something else, good morning, like this. So for that, if you want that, here we have to come into this class here. So here we have to add this main activity here. So here, always the Kotlin is also similar as a Java. It will start with the package name and then it followed by imports. So after that, this is the main class. So in a Kotlin, colon indicates either implements or the extends, but this case it is an extends. And after that, it extends must has activity. Forget about app compact. So app compact is the one of the type of the activity. So it always extended as the activity. Then after that, it has one method that is onCreate. So onCreate method, just it is starting this method. After that method, here we are setting the content view because Kotlin file does not has any user interface. So that is the reason we are setting that content view from the XML, whatever the XML we created. So for that, we are creating the system. So now I want to give the component for the action. So if I want to give that action, so first I want to declare the variables here. So what is the variable? I'm using the first button and text view, right? So I'm declaring the button colon. So whatever you are creating in Java, here it is will be the reverse, like button equal to button, like that we will create in Java, but here we will return. So whatever the variable content is there, that will create first, and original content should come later. So that is here we create button. So we will handle here nullify condition, right? Every component while declaration itself, we used to handle the nullify condition, right? So the next here similar, we'll create where. So TV column text view. So that is a text view. So we'll handle again nullify condition here for both. Right. So like this, we will add the condition. So we used to import this. So by clicking the Alt Enter, it can be imported here. So import button as well as the text view. So this is the first step. Right, it is taking a little bit time to import these components. Okay. So from here, whatever the steps 2, step 3 as there, but that will take little bit time with a clear explanation. So that we will continue in tomorrow's session. Next tomorrow means Monday session, we will continue that part. Because even system is also today a little bit slow. That we'll discuss in next session.